Hey y'all, it's your girl Jim and welcome back to another video. Just wait, what's that?
I'd be glad when somebody get that hoe and drag that bitch and beat the fuck out of her.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Jim. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be starting a new series. It's Talks with Jim, or Jim Talks, or Jimox, or Jimna's Yap Sessions, or I'm going to call it the Yap Sessions. Yeah, the Yap Sessions. So yeah, so let's get in the vid.
I know some niggas in Glayco. We trapping them motherfucking B-roll. I was just praying in the window.
But yeah, so basically today's video is about, today's Yap Session is about nursing school. Right now I am a junior nursing student.
Glory be, adoration be.
Thank you God, because if it wasn't for God, I would not be where I am today. Not even gonna cap. Last semester, that was God that got me through it, not me. If I didn't pass last semester, I would not be making this video because I would have transferred to the education department and I would become a teacher major, education major, because I just couldn't do it anymore. I was losing my mind. I think I mentioned before how badly my pharmacology class was. Yeah, basically, long story short, I passed the class on the dot. You needed 77 to pass. I passed it with a 77 by the grace of God. I even failed my final and everything, but I passed. Thank you. When I look back at like how I did for pharmacology, I do wish I did certain things, which is why I made this list. I feel like nursing students, nursing girls aren't like aware of what, you know, what's really about. It's Jimna's big guide of nursing school stuff. Jimna's huge guide of nursing school stuff, narrated by a nursing school balap. Just gonna say it right here. This is based off my experience. Which is stuff I wish people told me, I guess. I categorized this like 3 things. So I guess like for the first section, what to expect. When you go to a college for nursing, make sure you think about where you're going. Think about how the classes are being built in the college, because if I'd known how my college built classes, I would not have gone. So basically, I go to a liberal arts college. Like, it's a Bernardine Franciscan college, so it's Catholic and then it's liberal arts at the same time, which means I take a lot of unnecessary classes. My freshman year, I took 8 classes. Yeah, 8 classes. Every nursing student takes 8 classes. The main classes that you have in freshman year, let's talk about first semester. So first semester, it's anatomy 1, chemistry, anatomy lab, chemistry lab, and then your nursing class. Those are the 5 classes that you actually need. And then they add 3 other classes that you don't need. Freshman seminar, stupid. Comp and research. Some may argue that it's useful. To me, it was stupid. And I had a 3rd class. I can't remember what it was. Philosophy. The other thing, like I don't know if it's the same for every Catholic college, but we have to take religious and ethics classes. I'm already a Christian. I don't need lessons on ethics and stuff like that. And in nursing school, you already go through ethics anyway. It drives me crazy. So when you are going to nursing school, please, 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 y'all, please look into the way the classes are set up in the college that you're going to. Please, to save your life and to save your sanity. If I had known this freshman year, I would not have gone to the college I go to. All right, I'm starting to lose it when I think about freshman year. Number 2, the course loads. But I'm gonna go through a whole preview of what my 8 classes was like. So I took anatomy 1. So in anatomy 1, sorry, I'm trying to like remember. It's been 2 years. With anatomy 1, I think it's only half the curriculum and then you take the other half in the second semesters. But anatomy 1 wasn't, anatomy 1 was much harder for some reason for me. I think it's just because I was trying to find my way in college. Than anatomy 2. Anatomy 2, I killed it. I had an A- in the class.
I'm a baddie, so I know them other bitches ain't impressing you.
As I should.
And I've been a baddie since a young nigga, this ain't nothing new.
So anatomy 1 and anatomy 2, like, not terrible. Anatomy 1 was a little harder, but then again, I may be a little biased because I was trying to, find my steps in life. But And then you also take microbiology and chemistry. Chemistry, I'm gonna be honest, teachers can make or break a class. Yeah, it's an obvious thing that teachers make or break a class. But unfortunately for my school, they break. Anatomy teachers, they have a good like roster, I feel as though, because it's not just nursing that takes it's not just nursing that takes the anatomy classes. It's other majors, like other healthcare majors, and then it's other like people who are just taking it, just because they need to have that science gen ed. But with microbiology and chemistry, at least in my school, it's like, how do I explain it? It's like nursing, like healthcare, like nursing chemistry and microbiology, not like doctor chemistry and microbiology, because like organic chemistry, God bless those who take it, because I couldn't even take the general like normal chemistry and microbiology, like the class I passed with the skin on my teeth. Yeah, so some colleges unfortunately do set up their healthcare majors to fail with their teachers. It's not like the teachers have tenure and it's not fair to the students, but you know what, there's pretty much nothing I can do. Honestly, try your best. Try your best. For the other nursing classes that I took my freshman year, I took a nursing class. It's like a nursing basics beginners lesson, I guess you can say. It was basically just an intro to nursing, so we would have it like once a week. I remember my first year, I learned the basics of a mini med pass and how to do like vitals, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't anything too big. It isn't until, well, at least for me, my sophomore year is when things start to get more heavy, I guess. Some of the classes that I had this year was fundamentals to nursing. I had med surg, and then I had pharmacology, and I already told you how pharmacology went. Med surg and fundamentals to nursing, so nursing, like those two classes, I feel you really gotta put in the work and the effort. If you don't study, you're not gonna be successful in those classes. Like for me, I just feel like I do better in classes that are like like based off like care. I feel like I just did better in those. I was luckily blessed to be able to have a easy way of memorizing and remembering information. If you're not, you're gonna have to put in the extra work because it's a lot of stuff. You go through a lot of content. Pharmacology is mostly just physiology, and so it's just like mostly like those and how it works in each system in the body. So that's where it's like it gets a little hard. But if you're someone who works better with physiology, pharmacology is your thing. Unfortunately, it's not mine. Another thing that I said like to expect was how to manage with extracurriculars. So for me, I am someone who has always had a loaded extracurricular schedule. Let me give you my schedule back in high school, before I moved states. Yeah, so I was vice president of my class. I was a cheerleader, and I was a thespian, which is basically the theater club in your school. And I think it was in a bunch of other little clubs too, but those three, I guess, would have the most work in it. Unfortunately, I am not in those same things now. I don't do student council. Obviously, like, who do I look like? I would say the only extracurricular that I'm in right now is theater, because cheer is, I'm broke. One day I'll be back, hopefully, maybe. But with managing your extracurriculars, honestly, people tell you not to do extracurriculars, like, period. I would just recommend don't do extracurriculars until you've found your footing. Freshman year was just really hard because I couldn't find my footing, and then having all these extracurriculars on top of that, it just added salt to the wound, I guess you could say. So luckily for me, sophomore year, my first semester, I was able to manage everything. And the way that you manage everything, it's like you don't necessarily have to separate everything, you can combine them. So sophomore year, I worked because I have a part-time job on campus. So I worked and I did theater and I did cheerleading. So all in those things, when I had to like combine nursing together, I feel whenever I had a free second or a free period in class, I would study like my nursing things. I would do that. Or if I was if it was close to like showtime, I would learn lines. When I was in cheerleading, sometimes I would have to leave early so I could go to theater. Same thing with work. Like I would leave work, I would go to work and then go to theater, or I would go to work and go to cheerleading. It's just a matter of, if you can handle the pressure, then you'll be fine to manage extracurriculars. Because some people are just doing one sport and are struggling. I feel like I'm just used to it because of how I was in high school. I think that if I just took that break first semester, like a few weeks to just get into things, I would have been in a better state of mind. But, you know, life happens. That's how I managed extracurriculars. I didn't separate them with school. I would just like combine them. It was showtime for like theater, and I was literally just doing my homework in like the dressing room, or I was studying for a test in the dressing room. Yeah. It's don't ever try, like, it's better to combine rather than separate. Another things you should expect if you're a nursing student is your peers. So your peers can be the most cutthroat whores in the world. People have the stereotype that nursing students are from the devil, and they did not lie. Some of these girls, I swear, the devil sent to attack, take me down. Good God! Like, in nursing school, you will have people that are like, oh yeah, I'm your friend, and then they will go talk smack about you. Some of your peers can be just like so very much negative. Like, you'll say something and be like, hey, I'm feeling this type of way, and then they'll be like, okay, so they'll be like, okay, oh, I'm sorry, and then they'll go spread that to this, that, and the third. What's going on? But obviously, you know, you can't trust people, especially nursing students. Some of them are cutthroat. I am luckily blessed to have a small group of friends who I trust with everything in me. I don't think they would ever snitch on me or stab me in the back if I did anything wrong. Not that I have anything incriminating to have, because why would I do that? Long story short, that's what I have for what to expect. So now it's what you should get. Like, there's things I wish that I got, and there's things that I wish that I didn't, because nursing school is a lot of money. Right now, I'm like getting my list of things that I need to buy, including my clothes for school, you know, because I'm trying to serve cunts, trying to give baddie, but you know, I'm a baddie with a budget. When you're taking your gen eds, what I would recommend, if you're taking a gen ed class that you're going to take once and never again, so like for example, if you're taking nutrition, comp and research, any theological or nursing, like any class that is not nursing, rent the book, because you're not going to need it. Unless it's a book that you need to physically write in, do not buy the book. Rent it, borrow from a friend. If you have a friend that has it, don't even buy it. My freshman year, my first semester, I remember I bought every single book. I bought every single book only for me to not use it in the class sometimes. Like, I can't name a time where I actually opened up my anatomy book to study, because all the stuff are on the PowerPoints. Every single thing is on the PowerPoint. So it's like, unless you need extra information, you could go into the book, but I guarantee you someone's gonna do it. And the only book that I would say that you are going to need to buy as a nursing student is your nursing books. Every program is different. So far I learned, like, I remember I was one of the papers that you end up doing as a nursing process paper in my school, I guess. I remember I called my cousin, because my cousin is a nursing student, a new grad, period, per queen. So I call her, I FaceTime her, I'm like, hey, do you know how to navigate this book? Because there's a book, I'll put it right here. This book, like, it's for like care plans, and I'm like, hey, how do I use this book? Because I genuinely just didn't understand it. And she's like, I'm gonna be honest, we don't use this book here. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was a nationwide book thing. No, it's very much not. Every program uses a different book. My program uses Lippincott, like all those Lippincott books. So like Davies, Hankey's, Hinkle, Taylor. Yeah, all those books. And we use like the online program. So like the books are online, thank God, because I don't want to carry around this thick ass book. $400. It's $400 a book. I've spent in the last year probably $1,500 on books. Yeah. If you could save a quick buck, I recommend it, because nursing school is not cheap. For clinical, unfortunately, some programs recommend uniforms. Get the cheapest uniform you can. Get the cheapest version of uniform you can. So on top of those scrubs, you need water slip resistant shoes. You need a watch. Hey, it's editing Gymna. I'm clearly not in where I was, you know, obviously, clearly it's me editing. If you hear some noise in the back, that's not me, that's my daddy. But I forgot to mention with the watches, do not buy an Apple Watch. Get a regular, smegular watch that can tick times and count the seconds and tick, 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 tick. Because your Apple Watch will drive you mentally insane. I have an Apple Watch. I only use it with like everyday things, like, you know, like I usually use it just to go to school, like events, you know, stuff like that. Like it's like a regular like piece of jewelry. I will not take that thing to clinical because I have tried in lab, like we have fundamentals lab when you're learning how to do the things, and especially with like vital signs, it is borderline impossible to count them. In most patient rooms, like in my clinical rotation that I've had, they don't have clocks in the room for some reason that like tick. Like they'll have the digital clock there. So you're kind of like screwed because your watch will not stay on to tick all the way through a minute. It stays on for like 30 seconds. And you can't touch your watch because what if you're touching a patient that's like has like, I don't know, VRE or is like unclean or something, where you're doing a sterile procedure and you need to count the time. If that thing turns off, what you finna do? So I 100% recommend buying a normal watch because the high-tech technology is not worth it. Sorry, Apple, you did not cook with this one. You need pen lights. You need scissors, because they will tear you up if you don't got no scissors on the floor. I have paperwork in clinical, so I would get a clipboard. You need a stethoscope. With stethoscopes, get the cheapest one you can. No, I don't want to say that. Don't get something cheap, but don't get something too expensive either. Like, I would love a Littman, but the Littman I want is $216. I'm not paying for that. So MDF is a good cheap brand. You know, I bought I think it was $30 one last year. I'm gonna buy another one for $70 because I feel as though my MDF stethoscope, maybe I'm just hard of hearing. Sometimes I just don't be hearing the things, you know? You have to be very leveled with it because it's better to have a better quality stethoscope for the sake of lives. Whereas you can just get a dollar store pen. I feel like you could just get a dollar store pen light because as long as it just flashes and you can see the eyes contract and dilate, you're good. I forgot to talk about laptops. So with laptops and like iPads and stuff like that, it depends on how you are because I am a pen and pencil person, as you can tell. I always need a notebook. I usually have a notebook about this thick by the end of the semester. That's how I learn. I recall information by writing it out, then like rewriting it out, and then like rewriting it out, and then rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. But you can get laptops if you want, and you can get iPads. Like my sister is an iPad girly. She does all her stuff on her iPad. Me, I'd rather use my handy dandy laptop because with this laptop, my laptop actually has a pen. This is an HP Envy 360 2-in-1. This is the love of my life, even though the battery life is straight ass. But you know, it's a price to pay. I paid $600 for this my freshman year with my money. This was my first big girl purchase, and I love her. And I bought the pen for like $10 on Amazon, honestly. I feel like it's just as good as an iPad because you can still do Microsoft Notes. Like you can still write notes in it. You can write notes in it in the PowerPoints. I love writing notes on my PowerPoints, and this is how I just learn better because I'm a writing out girl. Another thing that I could talk about, I guess I forgot to mention, is study methods. In nursing school, what I do for my study method is, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find anything. The way that I would study my notes, so here are my notes from freshman year when it was talking about, what do you call this? Vital signs. So like when I do like my exam reviews, the way I study is I write everything out into like one huge paragraph. So sometimes your teacher will give you a list of things that you will need to know for like the exam. Start with those and then go down the way. That's how I kind of write them out. I write them out in big paragraphs and then I rewrite them, but I rewrite them like this. So this is like my paper from pharmacology. So what I would do, I would basically just like take the main topic and then I would just break it up and I'd be like physiology, and then I would just draw connections. That's how I do. I like to do connection drawings. That's the study method that works for me. Like I said, here is some advice that I would give. Don't be afraid to take breaks. Don't be afraid to take naps, because no, like people think that doing all-nighters to study for exams will work. It's not going to. You need to sleep so your brain can process everything. That's how memory works. Your synapses needs time to synapse. So
go to bed.
Take your break, even if it's 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Take a minute to go on the phone. Take a minute to like take a walk. Go do an extracurricular. Do something. Your whole life doesn't have to be about nursing, because then you will go crazy. When taking breaks, like if you're studying, take 5-minute breaks. What I used to do sometimes is I would work for 25 minutes, do something for 5 minutes. I'll go get a snack, take a drink of water, take a walk, take a lap, go on my phone, go on social media, take a break from the nursing work, and then continue. Like, do another 25 and then another 5, and another 25 and then another 5. Another thing I would say is study with friends. I feel as though when you study with friends, you guys can bounce off each other's things. If you understand something enough, you could talk to someone about it. Like, that's what I guess helped. It didn't really help that much because, you know, I barely passed, but it did help a bit in my pharmacology class. My 2 friends would talk and bounce off each other, and sometimes I would chime in and be like, yo, wait, that makes sense, or like this and that, or like I thought it was this, you know. As long as y'all lock in, you'll be fine, because freshman year, I'll talk about that later, but we didn't lock in as much as we should, so that's why I'm like very wary with studying with friends. But studying with friends is not bad when you have the right people and when you're in the right environment, you know. Another thing is, don't spread your information around, because like I said, there are haters. Even the devil is preying on your downfall. The second you hear it, trust. Sorry, my power went off. Trust, he's coming up with a plan to watch you fail. And whether if it's somebody in your class trying to spread information, this, that, and the third, girl, keep your cool. Don't let anybody bother you. And don't let anybody cause you to lose your degree or lose your place in your program. Because if I wanted to do what I wanted to do, everybody would be dead. This is a joke. 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 Just making y'all know. This is a joke. Yeah, don't spread your information around, because when you do, sometimes things get twisted. I have a friend who is the nicest person in the world. She helps other people's, like, whenever time she can. And it bit her in the ass. I guess another thing I could say with that, like, be selective with who you share who you help. Because then some people will take advantage of that. I've had people come up to me because they know I'm like, well, girl, I'm dumb. But like, they've called, like, literally have called my phone being like, oh, can you help me with this and that? Can you help me with this and that? I'm like, okay, sure. But when it comes time to ask for help, where are you? You're gone. Sometimes you gotta just learn to stop helping people, because it'll bite you in the butt and you will never get that same help back. And I think that's something I'm gonna implement this semester too, because some of y'all don't deserve my kindness. Some of y'all don't deserve my notes. Some of y'all don't deserve my joy. The last thing I can say is, don't be afraid to prioritize your mental health. Nursing school will take 48 years out of you. Like, it's gonna, like, I'm not even gonna cap. It's gonna hit you like a rock. Your mental state will be bad. It's gonna suck. But you just have to prioritize it. Don't be afraid. Like I said, don't be afraid to take breaks. Seek help. That's something that I'm glad that I did. My sophomore year, I went to therapy. It really did help. To those who stigmatize against therapy, screw you, because it does work. Take a break and, you know, process, aid with your mental health. Like, pray, go to church, take a walk, something. Prioritize your mental health, because at the end of the day, we need you. We need you to be the best you can be, and you can't be the you can be if you are tearing up and broken. If you need to go out and get drunk one day, go ahead and do it. If it's gonna make you feel better, go ahead. Just don't do anything irresponsible, okay? Don't drink and drive. And don't drink and smoke weed at the same time, because you will die of alcohol poisoning. But yeah, guys, that is my list of things that you need to do as, like, that I would... This is my nursing school black. I mean, whoa! As you can see, I have spoken a lot. My brain is kind of not working anymore. That's all I've got to say, honestly. With nursing school, there will be trials and tribulations, but when you think about the end result, you know, it helps you keep pushing. But yeah, guys, I hope you find that video helpful. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Cue the outro music.
Staying still, eyes closed, let the world just pass me by. Pain pills, nice clothes. If I fall, I think I'll fly.